Okay, I know what week we're in right now. We're in week 6.
I'm proud of you for remembering.
I made a note this time because our podcast episodes, we're on episode 7, but we're really NFL week 6.
Just always remember, we're one podcast episode
So anyway,
ahead.
Welcome to this week's episode of Throwing Bombs. I'm Ricky Rod. This is Gage Gwynn. This is a fan perspective on our favorite sport, NFL football, where we talk trash about Andrew Luck, which I will, and we discuss every game during the week, and we poke fun at the media, and all that good stuff. So, man, do you know what the date today is, Gage? What month it is? It's Brocktober. Brocktober.
All right, let's talk about your fins first.
For a Brock and roll situation, baby. It was Brock and roll yesterday.
Gosh.
I just think it's funny. So, obviously, I'm referencing Brock Osweiler. That's the one game he'll probably win in the next however many games he starts, because apparently he owns the Chicago Bears. I read a statistic today that he's 6-0 against the Bears.
That makes no. So he's 6 in 25, because I don't know how many games he actually won before.
He always beats the Bears and then
loses to everybody.
Else. So the Dolphins had some drama this week. I heard nothing about Tannehill's shoulder till Thursday. I think Thursday there was a tweet. Hey, there's a shoulder sprain. You know, the shoulder sprain Tannehill had was getting worse. And I was like, uh-oh. And then Sunday, they announced that he was not starting, that Brock Osweiler was starting, and Brock didn't know till that morning, till he got to the stadium. When he did his press conference, he was in shorts and a black shirt. Like, he was not dressed to do a press conference. He had no clue he was starting Sunday until he got to the stadium.
Man.
Yeah, it was that kind of a deal. It was that last minute of a situation, but Frank Gore really makes a difference for that team. He is still a very good running back. The O-line was somewhat able to handle Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack really didn't do much yesterday.
Right.
I mean, it was an offensive game. I think the Dolphins had almost 550 total yards. It was a juggernaut day for Albert Wilson. Kenyon Drake, fumbled the ball at the end of the game. He could have sealed the game, fumbled it. Felt like he lost the game, and then sure enough, did you know the Chicago's kicker was the Dolphins' old kicker? Yeah.
Robbie Gould, right?
No. They got Parkey. No, Robbie Gould's not kicking for Chicago anymore.
Really?
No. So the kicker that missed the field goal used to kick for the Dolphins.
Awkward.
So that was pretty great. So I'm happy for the team. I'm still not comfortable with what the future of the franchise with Tannehill. I honestly think that I was telling my son this yesterday. I think the two best options for the team, if Gase, if the coach survives the season, which I think they'll give him 1 year, I think it's gonna be one of those things that they'll try to get I was thinking crazy. Like, Russell Wilson has 1 year on his deal left after this year. I'm thinking crazy. Like, sell the house, give Seattle whatever, because I don't think Russell Wilson's happy at Seattle, and we go get us a franchise quarterback, or we draft again and start the whole stupid process over again. So great. They're 4-2. Fins are 4-2. Everything's lining up because, of course, the Patriots won last night. Great game. One of the best games I've seen in a long time. So they're back at number 1 in the division. For us, AFC East, like normal, right? Things are already starting to trickle in this season. Things are lining up in place, including coaches getting fired. The Bucks fired their defensive coordinator, Mike Smith, the old coach of the Falcons.
Right.
They fired him today, and that's just that's the sign of Cutter there, the coach. He'll be done this season. He's just grasping at straws right now.
That team's just a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess, and that's what happens. It's funny, as a fan, how many times have we seen a coach fire a coordinator and then find himself fired before the end of the year? and that's what's going to happen. They're going to reset that team. I don't think Jameis is going to be the future there either. So it's going to, it's going to be, as a fan, right, outside in. I'm not a Bucks guy.
Right.
I followed them when
Fitzpatrick was going off.
I loved Dungy when Tony Dungy was their coach, because they were always an interesting team. They were a good team.
Oh, yeah.
There's some of the old Dungy teams were fantastic teams. Tampa 2, famous for all that stuff. But it's going to be interesting to see how a franchise deals with this, right? They go out and get Jameis. He was supposed to be all this in a bag of chips, and he hasn't turned out that way. The reason Dirk Cutter got that job is because he was the OC, right, for Lovie Smith, right? Lovie Smith is a legend there. And and then you got Dirk Cutter there not doing any better. So as an outside perspective, when you see the owner, right, get a new GM, or the owner says, okay, the coach is done, look at the coach that they get, right? Look at the coach they get, and they'll tell you what they decide to do. They'll either do a hard reset there, which will set those fans and that franchise back another 2-3 years, in that division, in their division, that NFC division. That's a tough division to be, So, but anyway, what's up, man? What can we talk about?
I'm gonna go ahead and start off.
A lot of good games.
I'm gonna start off with the Ravens shutting out the Titans 21-0.
How many sacks?
11 sacks. That is a franchise record.
Your Ravens are doing exactly the opposite of what every other team in the NFL is doing.
Actually playing defense.
They're playing defense. they're playing defense. And I read a funny statistic today. I think Mariota took 20. I mean, I don't know how many passes he took back, like 25 snaps, and only completed like 8 of them. Yeah, and was sacked for 11 of them.
Yep.
Like some stupid.
He had more. He got sacked more than he completed the ball.
Yes,
I think.
Yes, that was it. It was like 8 or 9. Sorry for that noise. It was like 8 or 9, and that's bad, man. That's bad. It sucks, but that's good for the Ravens,
dude.
And I mean, that's that brings me to a point that me and you, I texted you about this week, right? Is like the Titans, obviously the O-line struggled, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, when you have an 11-sack game, you got some issues, right? And they probably did. They probably had some injuries. I'm assuming because I know their left tackle got hurt against the Dolphins.
Taylor Lewan.
Yeah.
So he's good too.
So that's another thing I was reading about this week is how, and even Belichick has gone, of course, when Belichick says it, everybody listens, right?
Oh, yeah.
But bottom line is, like, 10, 15 years ago, what was the guaranteed number one pick, like the safest pick you can make? It was considered a left tackle, right? That was it. If there was a number one left tackle, Orlando Pace, you get
Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah, you went and got him, right? That was the staple. If you don't hear of anything from that side of the line, that means the left tackle is doing his job. Right?
Exactly.
That doesn't get a lot of recognition. They get paid a lot for it, but they don't get a lot of national recognition. So,
you know who the last number one left tackle pick was?
Who?
Eric Fisher for the Chiefs. You know where he is now? Sitting on the bench.
Yeah, he wasn't good, and that's what started it. Yep. So let's talk about that. So now that went from the easiest pick, right,
to one of the toughest things,
to the hardest thing ever.
Man, you can find quality linemen that are undrafted.
Well, it's that in the college system.
Yep.
Right. So my Saturdays have been weird this past month. For some reason, I've been home earlier than I normally do in the studio and stuff and whatever. So I've been purposely watching a little bit more college
Just looking
ball.
at prospects and stuff,
Just
right?
watching. I love that kid, Jake Fromm from Georgia. They lost this week. They played horrible. I hated that. but I like him. I wanted to watch the kid, Tua, from Alabama.
Oh, he's good.
That they are a flipping track meet. That team is crazy. Yeah. And they run the ball, which is really interesting. They're a typical Nick Saban team. They're going to run the ball, play defense, yada, yada. But now they got a quarterback that Tua is unbelievable, right? Yep. And he injured himself, I think, in that game. But it didn't look pretty. But so the college game, he's more traditional, right? His offenses is they're more traditional. The defense is more traditional. But even Georgia, a lot Clemson, a lot of those teams, I'm looking at their the way they're calling plays, right? Just some of these quarterbacks don't even get under center at all, and they're getting plays from the sideline, right? They just all look to the sideline. They see a card, they see a code. And,
I know that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
they
it's
tell
crazy.
The line. Yep.
So the game's so different in the college side that they can't figure out what translates in the NFL, right? And it's, some of these guys don't even get in proper stances. They go their entire college career without getting in the proper O-line, what you would call traditional three-point stance.
Right.
It's crazy. And in the NFL, the competition's so close. You have to know you can't give an inch. Everything. It's almost like a dance. It has to be perfect. If an O-line, if a left tackle misses one punch, they call them punches. They punch those DNs, right? Or if they miss one punch, one step too far back, it's done. It's over.
Oh,
right?
I know.
Your $100 million quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, is done.
Yep.
Right. And so, which brings me to this point. You look at the offense like the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs, Andy Reid has totally changed that offense for Mahomes, right? That offense is about creating space, right? Mahomes, man, on his feet is like when he gets out of that pocket, it's stupid. It's really good. And that offense is about like creating these little seams, for Tyreek Hill to run, Hunt, the running back, and that Pats game last night was so good between them. It was a little sad when that rookie defensive. Did you see that rookie defensive player sack?
He let go because he didn't want to get penalized.
Yes,
because he thought he already.
And then
passed
Brady
the ball.
just runs. Yeah, and Brady goes across the line and scores a touchdown. And Brady even looked like they showed a slow motion of him, like he didn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, getting back to the O-line thing and getting back to that, when you think your team is struggling, right? They are struggling. It all starts there at the line, period. It all starts at the lines. On defense, it starts on your front four or front three, depending on the front style of defense you run. Right. But it ultimately starts on the offensive line. I started watching offensive line play about 10 or 15 years ago. I remember somebody saying, hey, it all starts in the trenches, and this was before I started helping coach my son's football teams, right? They're 100% correct. Everything moves through that line. And the NFL has started to adopt a lot of college concepts to ease in the transition of, your quarterbacks. But I think they're doing it for the O-line guys too.
Yeah.
I really think they are, because you had that kid Fisher, right?
Eric
from the
Fisher,
Chiefs.
yep.
Yeah, who was supposed to be a slam dunk pick.
And then Greg Robinson for the Rams too.
Yeah. And it's just not happening. So the Dolphins keep on churning that position. They released a dude named Sam Young last week, and then they bring him back on today, right? It's like it is a constant. It's like they churn, and they're not the only team that does this, right? The Patriots are another one. They just have like a legendary offensive line coach, right? Mm-hmm. They had problems last year. They had problems a couple of years ago until they brought that coach back, Dante something. He's an old guy, right? But they say he's like insane in practice. Like Belichick is like stern and quiet and mean, right? He just looks like a grumpy old dude, right? But they say this coach is nuts Monday through Saturday, right?
Oh, gosh.
And he's so crazy that, dude, they didn't even have a penalty yesterday.
Wow, really?
The entire Patriots team did not have a penalty yesterday.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That is very impressive, but, it's these coaches, man, if you think this is just a huggy environment, it's not. It's not. These dudes they're challenged daily, and it depends on the team. But all I'm saying is, as a fan, I'm challenging you, challenging everybody. Pay attention to your lines. Pay attention to your own lines, because that's honestly where the game really is decided. People don't realize that, but teams make decisions on how they're going to win. The Patriots have made a decision that Tom Brady is going to win them the games by throwing the ball, scoring unbelievable amounts of touchdowns, and their defense is not going to play really big defense.
Right.
Their defense is just going to be bend or no break. Okay, that's what the Patriots have decided to do. The Chiefs are doing the same thing. Exact same thing, right? There's no difference. Their schemes may be different, but the style of how they win is simple. Quarterback is going to win them the games. Now you go to the Ravens, right? The Ravens are not designed that way. The Ravens are designed to play defense and control the ball.
And hopefully score.
But it's a different style of football. What happens is, hypothetically, all right, your Ravens or a team that's known for defense, there's not many these days, but Ravens are the perfect example because I feel like they're about the only ones, right, in Chicago, right? That they're putting a lot of stock in their defense. You go into November, December, and these boys the defense just gets rocking, right? And if you can hit the right, the vein, right? You hit these guys just hit that pocket of just crushing Sunday after Sunday. Mm-hmm. That'll carry you into the playoffs.
Oh,
right?
For sure. I mean,
but it's gonna be interesting this year, man, because it's gonna make the game more unpredictable. I think with these offenses, it really is. And Mahomes really showed out last night. They came out that second half. They adjusted. He made some crazy throws. They did what every team mistakenly does: is they scored too quick.
Yep.
Gronk made a great catch, man. That last catch he made, to seal the game. Mm-hmm. He had been quiet all day. They had him quiet all day, right? And they just that dude gave up that play, and it sucks. I mean, how many times have we seen Brady do that? No surprise.
He has 43 game-winning passes. I'm pretty sure that's what the statistic is.
43 now. It was 42 last night.
Yeah.
So you can't, as a fan, right? I hate the Patriots as a fan, but I can't hate Tom Brady anymore. I watched that game, watched the whole thing.
You're just like, wow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'm watching a living legend.
It was a great game. Mahomes is going to have a magical year. Yep. If he can stay healthy. And I really do believe he's legit. Again, I know I was weary week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Now I'm like, look at him. He came out in this half. He started slinging. So it's good, man. It's good. But, hey, it's week 6, right?
Yep.
We don't need to freak out, like last week. However, we're starting to see coordinators get fired. We're starting to see players get benched, threaten to get benched.
This is the part of the year where teams are actually starting to freak out now.
Well, I think the Steelers have figured out if they don't start winning, they're in trouble. And look what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good game. That was a great game with the Bengals. AB showed up. That's why he gets the big money, right?
Right.
He got paid to make those plays, and he made the play, right? Yep. Those are the guys that you expect to make those plays. Ben Roethlisberger will never be out of a game ever. He's like Brady in that way. And the Steelers will bounce back. It depends on how healthy they are or how healthy they can stay through the playoffs. I still don't think they can beat the Patriots right now, but they're on the right track, right? Bengals, they almost got in a fight with the Steelers at the end of that game. Did you see that?
Like always.
It was they hate each other, and I love that, by the way. They literally hate each other. It doesn't matter, but anyway, it was a good game, right?
Yeah.
But the Steelers, we're starting to see the Steelers get on track. And we had a few surprises this week. Let's go ahead and go through the games.
Let's go ahead and go over them. First off, we'll go to the Thursday night game. Eagles dominating the Giants. Surprise.
Yeah, the only good thing was Saquon again.
220 yards from scrimmage.
And then you had Odell banging his head against that fan or heater. Did you see? Everybody was like,
I saw the headline. It was like, Odell hits a fan.
Dude,
and I was like, he hit a fan? And I looked and it was like an actual fan.
The media hates him. They don't like him.
Oh, no.
They don't like him. And
not many people like him because of how ridiculous he acts.
I know. But, again, he's an easy target. He's an easy target because of the market and he's in the New York market, right? The whole thing about Eli is he can play in the New York market. He can deal with the scrutiny. It's national news up there, anything major. I remember Sirius satellite radio. All they talked about, it felt like for the first 2 years, was that stupid team. And I mean, it was crazy. That's all they talked about forever. But anyway, he's not as bad as what the media says. Coaches know you take care of your stars. Period. I don't care who you are. They'll deal with that in-house. Odell's drama. He's right, man. I don't think Eli. I think they made a mistake now committing to Eli this year. Yeah. They really didn't get a quarterback. I don't think they have anybody on that roster right now. That could be a team looking for a quarterback right now. I think that's clear.
They haven't been confident in Eli for like 2-3 years now.
No, and they haven't built the team,
and it's showing.
Like the O-line, right? They showed. Was it the right guard?
Eric Flowers, he's a left tackle.
Well, he's gone. He's gone. They released him, but I think there was a right guard, or a left guard in that game that was getting owned by Fletcher. Cox.
Well, Fletcher Cox is like ridiculous. And he's very underrated too.
It was embarrassing. Mm-hmm. Like they kept on showing this poor guy getting his butt whooped on national TV, right? So no surprise there. I mean, listen, Eagles fan, I'm glad for you. Also, it was the Giants. Be careful. Okay, go ahead.
Right. We kind of talked about the Falcons beating the Bucks.
I mean, whatever. That division, it's good for the Falcons. I'm glad they're getting back on track, but they got some problems. They got to work out.
Right.
They got some problems.
Talked about Cincy and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was. I think. Who did I pick? Did I pick the Steelers in that one? I can't remember.
We did because we knew they're going to bounce back.
Yeah, and they did. We expected that. Great game, by the way. So, okay.
Chargers and Browns. Browns getting spanked. We both picked the Browns.
Hey, Baker.
The Chargers are quietly very good.
Baker looked like a rookie. He was rattled. Oh, yeah. He made some errant, at best, throws. He looked. I mean, he still got a touchdown in, and that's what's going to happen with a rookie. Like the rookie wall. Happened this Sunday. Like there's just something about that scheme that the Chargers did that really got to him. It's not just Baker, by the way. It's not just Baker. It's Todd Haley. Todd Haley having to scheme right. Greg Williams, their D coordinator, have to scheme right because other teams will look at what the Chargers did, and you better believe they're going to see it again next week. So Baker, I think he'll rebound. He'll rebound.
But the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean
that they could make the playoffs this year, dude.
Maybe
wild card.
Maybe. They look good.
Their offense is on fire.
Their direction looks the best I've seen them in the last 4 years. I will say that.
All right, moving on. Houston Texans beating the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, really? Did you see the injury to Rosen?
Oh,
Is it Rosen, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Or Allen. I can't remember. But
Rosen's for the Cardinals.
Oh, so it's Josh Allen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a wicked injury to his elbow. Like his next throw was like noodle arm. I mean, it looked bad. Like it looked really bad. I was like, yikes.
Yep. So here comes 5 picks in 1 half to save the day.
And he did it again. He did it again. He threw another pick 6, and I'm like, oh my god! If I were a Buffalo Bill fan, I would be going crazy.
I would be like, can we please get Tyrod back?
Not really surprised by that. By the way, they would do absolutely better if they just got Tyrod back.
I picked against your Fins. We talked about that.
Hey, I can't pick against the Fins. I know. I'm proud of them. They fought back, man.
You did say I have a bad feeling about this game last week.
I did, and I mean, dude, I don't know any Dolphins fan that can tell. I mean, if you're a Dolphins fan that thinks, "Oh, we're going to be okay this season," I would know. I want to know what you're smoking because I don't think we're okay. But okay, go ahead.
Cardinals losing to the Vikings. I think we both picked that correctly.
I mean, dude, Kirk Cousins being Kirk Cousins. I mean, that
Cardinals
wasn't a shock.
Actually were kind of in it though. I mean,
yeah. Hey, did you see Fitzgerald's dad? Like trashing the coach and the offensive coordinator. He was like, I can't believe my son's never gone 5-6 games without a touchdown, and he's right. Yeah. He's right. He's absolutely right. That team is a mess. Team's a mess.
Yeah, you have 2 of the best receiving. I say receiving duo because David Johnson can be a perfect receiver.
And the rumor is that's where Le'Veon's going to end up. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. All right, next.
Did you see what Big Ben said about James Conner this week at the press conference?
What did he say?
He said James had a great game. This will be his last game because Le'Veon will be back. James Conner breaking records, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, so I thought that was funny. Le'Veon joke there. All right.
Yeah. Colts losing to the Jets. Listen.
Andrew Luck losing games, throwing 18,000 for 18,000 yards, no wins.
Man, I can't even blame Andrew Luck, dude.
Oh, come on, man.
Not that much.
I know. He's on a crappy team.
I
just don't like him.
Dude, he has the worst roster in the entire NFL.
Whatever.
Throw Andrew Luck on the Cardinals. Throw Andrew Luck on the Bills. They will both be winning 8 games.
Well, that's the beauty of the NFL.
The Colts will win 3 games this year.
So now you got me thinking. Maybe the Dolphins go get Andrew Luck.
Man, Andrew Luck's a good quarterback.
Hey, what was the phrase "suck for luck"? Remember, wasn't that the phrase that year he got drafted?
Exactly.
I don't want to do that.
Man, the Curtis Painter years of the Colts. I remember those years.
Oh, that was rough. The post-Manning
1
years.
and 15.
What a shocker. Manning leaves, they suck.
Yep.
Manning leaves the Broncos, they suck.
Yeah, it's
impossible it's impossible to follow a quarterback.
But man, Andrew Luck, I mean, he had good throws. He threw for what? He threw 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean, statistically,
he always has decent games.
But he loses.
He can't win when his defense
sucks
balls.
I know, man. I know.
His defense is awful. And then Sam Darnold actually had a good game.
Sorry, Colts fans. Sorry.
Sam Darnold only incompleted 6 passes.
Dude, Sam Darnold will throw the ball. Like, he's got a great deep ball.
I'm glad.
And that coach is good, though. I like that coach.
He kind of reminds me of Flacco.
Yeah.
Where he's not afraid to throw a deep pass if he has the receivers for it, which he does.
Yeah, they got some speedy guys.
But he has some very questionable throws sometimes.
He's a rookie. Okay.
So, Flacco's an 11-year pro, by the way.
I know.
Seahawks manhandling the Raiders.
I mean, we're not surprised by any of that, right?
No.
There's nothing to say about that game.
Can you go ahead and fire John Gruden? I mean, is that a plausible thing this year?
I already read an article this week that he's thinking about blowing up the team and starting over. Maybe the Dolphins will get Derek Carr.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just thinking about all the quarterbacks we can get.
Derek Carr would be so good if he had a competent coach.
Well,
I'm so confused because he always has.
He seems like a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, John Gruden has his. Oh, you know why they lose so much? He has all his freaking plays on his QB camp.
Yeah.
so like, oh, spider 2 white banana. I know what this is.
I love that meme. That's the best meme. Okay, so you remember when everybody got the text from the president?
Oh,
right.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the meme with John Gruden? He goes, I got a crazy text from the president. My favorite play is this spider white banana. That's the best meme I've seen in a long time.
Dude, I mean, it's for real, though. I mean, he gives away... His show had so many plays, so many different plays for different quarterbacks. And some of those guys that went to that camp are like, hey, I remember where he
we're
used
going to
to
steal these plays.
Be like, hey, just
they're not,
he's going to call.
I mean, the Raiders are the Raiders, man. I hate that. We got to give them more than
2 years ago.
6 games.
They were so good until Derek Carr tore his ACL, and then they had whatever his face, their backup,
Connor
McGloin. So then he came in and threw 3 picks. Anyways, Raiders suck this year. Hopefully John Gruden goes somewhere else or Derek Carr goes somewhere else because I like Derek Carr.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Sorry, Raiders fans.
Yep. Sorry, Panthers fans. Thought you were going to pull it out. You didn't.
Yeah, my dad was not happy with Cam Newton today. He was like, that Cam Newton, I watched that game. It was not good. He was not happy. Sorry, Panthers fans.
Cam Newton's Cam Newton.
And it's the Skins, man. Like, Skins at home, when you got old boy there playing quarterback.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith is tough at home. He always has been. So.
Yeah.
All right. What do we
Next, Rams barely beating the Broncos. Woo.
Well, okay, the Broncos' defense is underrated. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think that team likes that coach. I don't think they're responding well to that coach, Vance Joseph, right?
Yeah.
I think he'll be fired eventually. They would have been better to stay with Phillips, that ended up going to the Rams to coach that team.
Oh, I know.
I don't understand. There's something wrong with that team.
Yep.
Because that defense should be better than what they're doing. Their run defense is awful right now. But hey, of course they're playing the Rams, and Todd Gurley went off.
Oh my gosh.
200 total yards. Did you see the speech? There was a locker room speech that McVay, the coach, did.
Yeah.
And so he gave a ball, the game ball to Gurley.
Yeah.
And then he gave 2 game balls to Aqib Talib, right, and Phillips, the D coordinator. And he said, like, you need to look it up on YouTube, but he was like, you can tell that team loves him, respects him. He's like, hey, it's about family, Right. And they love him, man. It's so funny because he's like the oldest dude, the oldest coach, I think, in the NFL right now. And they just think, you could just, it's just so funny when you got Aqib Talib, who doesn't have a great track record with human beings on the field, right? And he swears by him. He loves them.
Dude,
I love that. I love to see that dynamic with coaches.
Wade Phillips is iconic. Have you ever seen a 76 or however old he is, year old man wearing a Fortnite shirt?
Dude,
That's
the best
thing.
Man. His Twitter's great. He's
my.
really good on Twitter.
So my grandson got me this Fortnite shirt, and he
He's
worked
great,
to work.
Man. Wade
like,
Phillips is the bomb. So I love him. I'm glad. I knew they would be successful at the Rams when he went there. I was in the back of my mind. I was like, well, that D will be put together,
Yeah.
So, and they, everybody was trashing their run defense. Bro, you're going against other professionals.
Yep.
This ain't going to be the Ravens defense, historical numbers. It's none of that. That's not, the rules do not allow that anymore.
Right.
So, all right, let's go ahead.
Cowboys destroying the Jaguars.
Well, okay, let's see what the Cowboys did. They
ran the ball.
They gave the ball to Zeke, and Zeke went off.
I love how every week, every time we talk about a Cowboys game, the first statement is Cowboys lost. Didn't give Zeke the ball.
Yeah, and
Cowboys won.
And
they gave him the ball.
And then, you know what's funny is Dak Prescott goes off too.
Yeah,
it's weird how that works,
so
right?
strange.
It's like
a cause and effect.
old
Zeke
Garrett,
goes
Jason
off.
Garrett down there, man. Jason Garrett,
he probably sat down there and watched them score like 30 points in a row and going, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord. I have my job.
My job's secure for another week.
Yeah,
until they lose again.
He is considered on the hot seat, but listen, that division is totally up for grabs. So, and I don't know, man. I right now I would trust in the Cowboys over the Redskins. Period.
I'm still picking the Eagles.
No. Yeah, they're one injury away from a catastrophe. Like
Eagles?
Major. Yeah. So hopefully they can pull it out around, man. But that offense is not doing what they were doing last year.
No, but the thing about it is Carson Wentz is getting in stride again.
Yeah, but he wasn't out that long. Like, he was only out the last couple of the games of the playoffs.
Yeah, but man, he tore his ACL.
I know,
that's
man.
Tough.
I watched Tannehill come back last year and destroy his ACL again. It sucks.
Right. So
hopefully they'll get it together. I'm going with the Cowboys right now.
All right. We talked about the Ravens and Titans. We talked about the Chiefs and Patriots, and the 49ers and Packers are happening tonight. So let's go ahead.
We picked the Packers.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and pick next week's stuff. Can we do that right now?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll just fly right through.
Oh God. Okay. Well, because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Let's start out with a terrible game. Broncos at Cardinals. I'm picking the Cardinals.
I'm gonna go Broncos. I think they're gonna try to save Vance Joseph's job.
Titans at Chargers.
Chargers.
It's so confusing because the Titans play well in games you don't expect them to.
I know. But
Upset
I'm
alert.
gonna go with the home team.
Titans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the home team.
Patriots at Bears. I'm gonna pick Patriots.
Patriots. Yep. Hey, Trubisky's looking good. Like that team. That team's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously.
Wild card. Wild card.
Yeah.
Bills at Colts. I'm picking Colts because.
What? Well, okay. There's no quarterback at the Bills. You're right. I don't know what the quarterback situation is.
Who knows what's going to happen?
We'll go with the home team. We're going with the Colts.
3-2.
Andrew Luck at his fake Twitter. I'll go with him. Okay.
Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The battle of the 3s and 3 and 3s.
What has happened to the Jaguars?
I'm picking the Texans, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Texans. The Jaguars went from stellar defense
to doo-doo butter, and Jalen Ramsey got embarrassed.
So, dude, what? I mean, granted, Zeke's a legend, right? You got some big guys there that the Cowboys stuck it to him this week, but I don't it shouldn't have been that bad.
Yeah.
So the Jaguars are trending down.
Yep. Detroit versus Miami.
Oh, I'm gonna go Fins.
I'm gonna pick Fins also. Minnesota at Jets.
Oh,
Upset alert, Jets.
you know what? I want to pick the Jets, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna pick the Vikings.
Okay.
Yep.
Carolina at Philadelphia. I'm picking the Eagles.
Oh boy!
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Carolina.
Okay. Cleveland at Tampa Bay. I'm picking Cleveland because Tampa Bay is a mess.
I'm gonna go with you. I think Baker Mayfield gets back on.
Shout out to John. The Saints at the Ravens. Go! I'm gonna be at his house watching this game too.
Okay, so have the Saints really faced a defense like the Ravens? And the answer is no.
I think we're gonna win barely. Like
The Ravens?
Yep.
Where's it at? Is it at the
Ravens.
Saints? Oh,
That's
I see.
it's probably
they should
gonna be like
favored by 3.
It's gonna be like a 27-24 game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens. Sorry, dude. Sorry, John.
Cowboys at Redskins.
Oh,
That's
division
hard too.
game, boy.
I'm gonna have to keep riding on the Zeke train.
I will too. I'm gonna agree with you on this, even though I picked against the Skins last week.
I did too.
Yeah. But hey, Alex Smith, man. But that should be a great game.
Oh, for sure.
And they're gonna punch each other in the mouth. So.
Rams at 49ers. Rams.
Ditto.
Bengals at Chiefs.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Pray Bengals just like lose out the rest of the year because we're tied with them right now.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
They're not gonna lose
you
out.
can depend on them failing.
Yes. Oh man, I can't wait for the Monday night game. Thursday night game.
What's the Monday night?
The Giants at the Falcons.
Oh, that's gonna be a sleeper.
Yeah, just like the Thursday night game.
We're gonna go Falcons. What's the Thursday night game?
The Broncos at the Cardinals.
Jeez,
man, 2 premier games.
Well,
you're like, oh.
Thursday. Okay, Thursday night football. When they started that was like the stepchild of football.
Yeah,
right? Fox like never acknowledged it when it was only on the NFL Network, and now that Fox is showing it, it's like, oh, NFL football's really cool again on Thursday. Have you noticed the ads? I think the ads are funny.
Oh, I know.
Because back in the day, when the NFL started doing Thursday night games, I love a Thursday night game. I know the players don't love it.
Right.
Coaches don't like it, but I really do like having games on Thursday.
I do too. Hey, real quick, let's go over the people's picks from last week.
Oh, I haven't looked at it. How are we?
I think people have forgotten to pick.
Oh, I know I picked.
Well, yeah. Let's see.
How did I do?
Let me go to the KABPLP. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
So, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right.
Not bad. Not bad. I did pretty good. Okay.
Oh, that was the other person. I think you got 9 also. Though.
Okay. Okay.
Let me.
So I did okay.
Yeah. No. Me and you always get 9 or 10 right. There's no like.
We did okay. It's not like we're horrible.
1,
I may
2,
be off this week
3,
though, bro.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 right also.
Boom. So we did good. Yeah, hey, listen, man. I was listening to NFL Network Radio this week, and one of the analysts that's on there every morning, he only got like 5 right.
Wow.
And this is like a quote-unquote professional. I'm like, y'all overthinking this crap.
Yeah, really. We just base off of like home stuff,
in
division
Vegas.
games, and
look at Vegas.
Right.
Those dudes are like number crunching
Scientists.
geniuses. Yeah. They know the odds. They picked the Dolphins to be average this year when everybody else was thinking they were going to be hot trash.
Right.
Right. They just know there's something it's crazy, but and that's another big subject, with NFL and gambling, But well, let's wrap this up. Please visit us at our website, bombhousepodcast.com.
Let's keep the hot streak rolling.
Or welcome to the Bombhouse Podcast, which is on Facebook. We do appreciate everybody's feedback and our listeners. Check out RuddyManBeard.com.
I got someone to check out too.
What do you want to check out?
Check out Polar Apparel.
Yeah. I know Polar Apparel. Yes.
Man, they got some sweet stuff. So
Sweet.
Go
Cool.
check them out.
All right. Again, NFL fans, we only 6 weeks in this, baby. We can start yelling and getting crazy in a few weeks, so I can't wait. But anyway, we do appreciate y'all as listeners. Fins up. Enjoy your Brocktober. Brockalicious.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
Have a Brox on the rocks.
Please. No more.
All right, peace out. That's what I'm going to call it, bro.